Yo, what's up? I know how much you went through. I know how much you've been suffering lately. And I want to call you today and I want to tell you that God is calling you to his side right now. The pain you're going through today, that's not for just no reason. You're not just going through this pain just because God hates you or God's throwing down the hammer upon you or God's saying all this pain and suffering you go through is for a reason. This pain is going to define your character. This pain is going to make you stronger. This pain is going to show you what you valued and what you need to value more. This pain is going to lead you to a greater position in your life. You need to be willing to call out to God. You can't keep sitting back and trying to deal with all these problems on your own. You can't keep standing by your own side and think, I've got myself. No. What I tell you right now is that's good. Show up for yourself. Because ain't nobody else in this world gonna feel bad about all the struggles and the pain you going through. Everybody else and their grandma got problems. Everybody else and they brother and they sister didn't have fights with each other. Everybody done lost somebody. Everybody had a problem where they done broke up with somebody. Everybody's had these kind of problems, or at least somebody's had these problems. So don't think you are alone in this matter. So you need to show up for yourself. You need to tell yourself, I'm gonna be there no matter what, because you give up on yourself, it's over. And even when you down deep in your own feelings and you don't know if you can keep on doing it, God is always going to be there for you. He said, I will not give up on you. If you cannot be by your own side, then I'm going to call upon you. But the only way you're going to be able to go to God is if you recognize you have value. You recognize that the suffering you go through today is for a purpose. That you're not alone. That all these burdens you go through, they're not yours to bear alone. God says in the Bible that your burdens are not yours to bear alone. So cast all those burdens upon me. My yoke is plentiful and my burden is light. Why would the living God tell us to bear or to cast our burdens upon him if we could carry them ourselves? Why would he tell us that? Why would he tell us to rely on him if we could rely on ourselves? Why would he tell us to come to him if we could be strong and come to ourselves and be like, all right, I'm gonna take care of this problem right now. I'm gonna take care of this grief. I'm gonna whatever. Life ain't that easy. We all know that. And at some point, you're gonna have to go and give a serious talk to yourself. What do I want? How am I gonna get over this? I'm tired of the crying. I'm tired of the anger. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of all this. I just want to be set free. And God says, I've come to give life and life more abundantly. So don't keep relying on your own strength. Don't keep on going to yourself. Don't keep on going to the mailman down the street and go talking to him for a little bit, saying, man, yeah, I got all these, because he ain't there to hear all that. Ain't nobody in this world going to be able to deal with these problems better than God. And so you need to stop depending on other people. And you need to go to God and say, God, I don't know how to deal with this problem. I don't know what to do. But in this time, I call upon you, dear Heavenly Father, that you would give me the strength, that you would give me the ability to overcome all these problems, and that you would give me the strength. Because he says that his strength is made perfect in our weakness. His strength is made perfect in our weakness. And if you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, and he says, remember what I said. He says, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Nothing that God has for you is here to harm you. Nothing that God has planned for you is here to harm you. It's all to make you better. It's all to make you stronger. It's all to lead you to where you're meant to be. So the suffering you go through is going to get you closer to God. If you let it, the suffering you go through can get you far from God. If you let it. But you need to stop crying and being upset about these things that you can't control anymore. You need to stop, and you need to be able to go to him, because he also says, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to bring you hope, and a better future. So stop worrying about your future and crying about all the suffering you're going through and say, man, I don't even think I'm going to have a future. I don't even think I'm going to have a girl. I don't even think I'm going to have this job. I don't even think I'm going to go to this place. I don't even think I'm going to be somebody that I wish I could be. You need to stop all that and you need to say, God, you promised me you have it covered. You promised me that you can take care of it. You promised me that you said you would lift me up when I'm down. You promised me that you say you would hold me by your righteous right hand. You promised me that you would be the light in my darkness. You promised me that if I trust in you, that day and night would be no different. You promised me these things, dear Heavenly Father. So I come to you and I trust in you. I trust you. To trust in God is to give him your hand and to let him walk you. To trust in God is to sit in that little baby seat in the back of the car and let God drive on the steering wheel. To trust in God is to jump off the cliff with no parachute, with no mattress down below, no trampoline, no nothing like that, and trust God to catch you in his arms because he said he would. Because he said he would, and you know he can. To know God's good character is to worship God. So we have to be able to go to God in these tough times. Because how could God trust you with a brighter future, a better future, if he can't trust you to do what's right with your pain right now? How could God trust you with all the gifts in the world, the gift to speak, the gift to be able to produce, the gift to be able to give, the gift to be able to communicate, whatever it may be? How could he trust you with these gifts if he can't trust you without the gifts? If he can't trust you to do what is important right now when you're suffering, to go to him, to deal with your problems today, because he can't trust you with the gifts. When you go through a bad time, when you got those gifts, you're just gonna run away. Don't give up on yourself. Show up for yourself. And if you can't show up for yourself, at least show up for God. Show up for what he has for you, because he will never leave nor forsake you. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I fear no evil, for he is with me. God bless, and I'll see y'all soon.